So now I am starting my third lecture of JavaScript. Today we will discuss data types. Okay, so there are the few data types. We have some functions used to convert the variables. Like if we have a string, then we can convert that string to the number. We have number, then that number we can convert into the string and boolean as well. So these are the some function provided by the JavaScript, and JavaScript compiler automatically compile some things, and we will discuss also this. Okay, so let's do the practical things here. Like here is a variable like let x is equal to 5. So 5 in the string, so it's a string. It is not a number. If I will compare here like x equal to 5. Okay, and console.log 5. Okay, and in else console.log not 5. Okay, so let's print this. I'm just going here doing the inspect element. So now node 5. So this is going into the else condition. So this x is not matching with this number 5. Okay, so this is string. This is not number. So how we can convert this in the number? So there is a function like number. Okay, number, we can use this number, and now I will number. So spelling, there is a spelling mistake. number number. Refresh. So now this is 5. So JavaScript provides some functions like number to converting string to number. So there is a, we will discuss here number function to convert number to string to number, boolean to number, and there is a string, and there is a one more function here, boolean. So we will discuss this type of function. Okay, here. So before that, I will discuss the like compiler, how compiler converts these things. Like I have a let x is equal to string 5. Okay, now another variable y equal to 5. Okay, now I'm adding this x and y into the z variable, x plus y. Okay, now console.log z. Okay, I'm just going to remove all this. So what will be the output in the console? So 55. Okay, why we are getting 55? Because we are adding 5 into the strings. When we will add a number into the string, then it does not add the numbers, it just concatenate the strings. Okay, so it just convert this 5 to internally as string as well. Okay, so compiler convert, if this is 5, x is 5 is a number, and y is a string, then what will happen? Let's refresh here. So there is control S. Okay, so now still 5 plus 5 means when it will we will add a string with a number, we will always get a concatenation of the strings. Okay, if I'm getting here like null. Okay, Now refresh, then I am getting 5. So this is, now in this case, this is converting this null to 0. Okay, this is, so this type of conversion is done by the JavaScript compiler here. So how we can get the, how we can get the type of any variable. Okay, like this is 5 and I want to know the type of that. Then there is a type of keyword, type of x. Okay, type of x. Now I am just going here, I am just going to refresh, then this is showing here in the console number. So by type of keyword I can get the type of the variable. Okay, if this is not a number, this is a like string, then what will happen, we will get a string type of. Okay, in the case of boolean, like true, we will get boolean here. I'm just going to refresh. So boolean, we are getting here boolean. So when we will when we will use type of, so there is many lot of ways where we can use this type of keyword. Okay, when so there will be some condition here, like type of we want to type of x equal to object. These are these type of conditions we mostly use in our development. Okay, when uh, when we want to know that our x is a array, is a value, is a object. Okay, so in, so these type of mostly condition we use for the array and objects. So type of, we can get the type of any variable here in the JavaScript. Okay, so now I will convert I will convert string to number and string to boolean as well. Okay, so now I have a string here, like x equal to blank. So I will convert this into the number. So console, I will do console.log as well. So there is a number method to convert a string to number x. Okay, and I will convert this as well into the boolean. Okay, so we have a two global functions here, the number and boolean. So I'm just going here and I'm just going to console here. So we are getting 0 and false. False is a boolean and 0 is a number. So in this way we can convert if there is a string like ABC. So what we will get here, let refresh. Now NN, not a number. NN is a number. It means not a number. Okay, and a true is a boolean. When we will get any type of string, then we will get true in the boolean. If we will get blank, then we will get here as a false. Okay, and in the case of the number, if this is the blank, then we will get here 0. Otherwise we will get not a number. Okay, so this, in this way we can convert a string to number and boolean. So now if this is a number like 1, so how we can convert into the string, by the string and boolean. Okay, now let's check. So now for the string we are just getting the 1, and for the boolean we are getting the true. Okay, if this is not 1, this is 0, then what we will get, we are getting 0 in the string and we are getting false for the boolean. So very simple. If we will get here 10, so let's refresh here again. So we are getting string in a number, as a number, and true. Okay, in the case of boolean, like you are getting here, if I am having a number greater than 0, then I will get here true in a boolean. Okay, if this is 0, then I will get here false. Okay, in the case of string, I am converting the string, then I will getting the same number, but this number will not be equal to 10 because I'm converting number to string. So now its data type is string, not a number. So when I will compare into the if condition, then this will not match with the number 10. Okay, as I have shown you before. Okay, so this is the type of conversion we do here. So now we are moving to the string manipulation. Okay, so in string manipulation, I have a string here like Tech Mentor, our YouTube channel name, Tech Mentor. Okay, and in Y, I want to print some message. Then I will use here. I am using here backticks, and in this syntax, I will pass X. Okay. Now hi. Now in the console.log, when I will print Y, then I will get hi Tech Mentor. Okay. This is the back in the backticks I have written hi, and this all syntax is a ES6 template literal we say in the ES6. So this is a very advanced concept like is template literal, and we in the modern JavaScript we use this. Okay, so let's refresh. Now I'm getting high mentor. So what is the use of this template literal? If I'm just doing enter, so now see the change here. Now this is in the second line. Okay, if I'm not if I don't want to use the template literal, I just use this double quotes here. Okay, in this way I use the double quotes here. So I need to add the like line break here. Okay, but in the template literal, what type of string we will have, we will get the same. Like I'm just going here and I'm just entering some blank space here, and I'm just going to refresh. Now you can see all the blank space will be available in the template literal. Okay, so now I'm just going to the moving to the string length. How we can get the string length here? Okay, so I'm just removing this. In this I will add here length, length. So now I will get the length here, x length. So let's, so now this is the length we are getting 10. Okay, so this x string tag mental length is 10. Okay, we can get by the length keyword. So this is very useful, and we mostly use this length keyword as well in our programming daily life. In the loop, we use this, and in the check condition, like we use this check condition x dot length this type greater than 0. So mostly we use this in our daily programming. We use this in the for loop. We use this like I, and this type of loop we have. So this length keyword is very important for our daily programming. Okay, we use in the development as well. So now if I want to get some specific letter from this, then I can use this like two. I'm just as we get the value from the array, we in the same manner we can get the value from the uh, get the character from the string. So let's refresh. So I'm getting sheep. Okay, so here 0, 2 means our string will start from 0, 1, 2. So see on the third position, and our string position is starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 in this manner. So when we are entering 0, 2, when we are entering 2, then we are getting 3. If we are entering 0 here, we will get here T. Okay. So now, how we can concatenate two strings? Let y equal to tech tutorials. Okay. Then we will simply add these two strings. Okay. Now tag mentor tutorials is concatenated. Okay. So how we can compare these strings? So simply we can compare like this: x equal to y. In this way, we can compare this. This is equal to or not equal to. So we can compare this string in such a way. Okay, like I'm just going to put here equal equal and this not equal. Okay, so this is equal. Okay, so if I change this caps to small, okay, so let's refresh now. We will get, so we are getting not equal in the else condition. So this is JavaScript language is case sensitive as well. Okay, so this is the string comparison, and there are the some string function as well. So like I'm just going here, tutorial for concatenation. We have a one function as well, like s like x string dot str, no, concat function there is a, and we will pass here y, and we will assign into the z like this. And now console dot log z. In this way we can concatenate as well. Okay, if we have some more strings in that, like here blank is like blank string we have, so we can put here, and now you can see this. So simply we can concatenate in two ways, by the concatenate function and by the plus operator. We can mostly we concatenate our string by the plus operator in JavaScript. This is very easy. So we use plus operator. So there is a one more function. If we want to get some part of this, like I want to get this tag from the tag mentor. So there is a function substr. Okay. Now I will print it console.log like substr. Okay. And in the substr, in the substr, I need to call this substr by the string x dot substr. I will pass here first position where from where I need to get the substring from. I want to get from the 0, and the length of the substring is 4, like tag 1 2 3 4. So 4 character is required, so I'm just entering here 4. So let's refresh. So I'm getting here tag. Okay, if I change 0 to 1, then t will be removed from tag like this. Okay, and m is added. So this is the substr. There is a one more function here, like substring. Okay, so see the difference in this, like substring. Okay, substring. So I'm just having the, so one parameter here is the position where we want to get the substring, like the same to the substr. But here is a difference. Here is a difference, like if I enter the 4 means, 4 means here is the 4, not a length of the substring. It's a second position of the character from where, like I have a 4 means, if I am getting here the tag, then 0 0 1, from 1 I am starting from 1 1 2 3 4. So I will get ECHM. Okay, if I increase this to 2, then I will get only 0 1 to EC. Okay, let's see in the, so I'm getting only E. Okay, so because 2 I'm getting by E, so suppose if I'm inserting here 2, let's see the difference. I'm getting here EC or here I'm getting E. Okay, so this is the character. This is the character from which position I need to how many character in the substring. So, but here is the position from which to where. Okay, so like from here 1 0 1 2 till 2, but it does not include the 2. Like if I increase here to 3, so it will not include the 3 position, it will till 2 give us those are the position 2, like I will get here EC. So this is the difference between the substr and substring. Okay, so now next we have very important string function here, index of. Okay, mostly we will use index of, like if we want to get the position of something, like I want to get the position of m in the tech mentor. So console.log x dot index of, index of what, m. Okay, now let's refresh. 4, so we are getting 4 means 0 0 1 2 3 4. So 4 in the fourth position m exists here, so we can get the position of any substring in that. So we can get any position of substring as well here. So like we can get the man here. So I just go to the refresh, so I'm getting 4 as well. So from where is our substring is starting, our substring is starting from m, so we are getting the position of that m character. Okay, so this is the index of. Okay, so there is a one more thing here in the index of, like if I want to start this position, like here is a tech mentor, I want to search this after 5 characters. Okay, now in this case, what I will get here, I am getting -1. Okay, if our substring not exists in this, then I will get -1. Okay, so now 5 means here, so it will not consider first 5 characters like T, E, C, H, M. After this character like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this will search from here. Okay, if I just enter to or, replace this, then I am getting 8. Okay, so after 5 characters, so we are getting the or, it will search after the 5 character of the string. Okay, this is the difference between the index simple entering when we are entering the only string, and we are entering the 2 parameter string with the uh, string counts. Okay, so now our next method is last index. If I am converting this last index 8, so we are getting 8. So this will now search the this will search the substring from the last of the string. It will search from here. Okay, in the index of it search from the left, and in the last index of it search from the right. Okay, this is the difference between the last index of and the index of. So there is a one more function is very useful, like trim. Trim. If there is a like space in the left hand side or right hand side, so there is a function here, trim. Okay, we mostly use this function for trimming the remove these white spaces here. So let's refresh here. So we are getting here tech mentor. Okay, and there is a two function as well of the trim, that like trim start and trim end. Okay, we want to only trim from here, not like from starting, not from the end. Then we will add here trim start function. Okay, let's see here, refresh. Then you will see here we have a white space in the right side. Okay, but the left side white space is removed. Okay, if we want to trim from the right, then we will use trim end. Okay, now we are getting y side from the, we are getting the y side in the left side. Okay, remove from the right side. So these are the two functions in the uh, strings. And for we have a two function as well for the uppercase and the lowercase. We generally do this very important function to uppercase. Okay, by the uppercase we can convert this. Let's refresh. So now tech mentor is converted here, in all the character is converted into the uppercase. So the same function we have for the lowercase. So lowercase, all string is converting, all character is converting into the lowercase. Okay. So we have a one more function is very important function is a replace. Okay, if we want to replace some character in a string by some another character, like so it's a very simple function here, replace. Okay, here is a like characters here tag, and I want to convert this tag to mat like this. Okay, so now tag mentor is converting to the mat mentor. So we can convert like this. This is the replace function we generally use in our programming here. So there is a very important, there is another very important function is includes. Okay, includes means if some string have some if we want to get that a string have some piece of sub string in that or not. So in the boolean case it returns true or false. Okay, in if condition we generally use that, like x dot includes, like tag. Okay, if tag mentor will get tag, then we will get true, and we will, it will print this console.log. Exit. Okay, let's see into the browser. So we are getting exist. So this is the tag is exist in the into the tag mentor. Okay, so this type of check we use in the JavaScript programming. So this is the all about string and string manipulation, how we can manipulate the strings. So now there is another concept is in the JavaScript is an array. Okay, array. Why we will use array? Like we have some variable like a equal to 10, let b equal to 20. So in this way, we have 1000 of values. So we need to declare the 1000 variable. Okay, so our code will be lengthy, and this will not look like a good programming structure. So there is a concept of array, like we have a here a array. How we can create a array? I will in two ways we can create here, like 10, 20, 30, 40. In this way we can have several values into a one variable. Okay, this is called array. Okay, in this way we can declare, and there is another way to declare a variable, like b equal to new array. In this way we can declare here. Okay, and we can pass these values as well here. Okay, so now I'm just going to console b I'm just going to console B and as well console A here. So let's refresh this. So we are getting the all the values. Okay. One is the hello.js line number 3 and in the hello.js in the line number 5. So we are getting here. So these are the two way to create the arrays in JavaScript. So we can, as I'm having the like homogeneous data, we can have here the heterogeneous data as well, like string. We can pass here ABC string as well, and we can pass here like true. Okay, this type of boolean data we can have as well here like true and ABC. Okay, heterogeneous data we can have in the array as well. Okay, so how we can get the value from the array? So in the same way we can get the value like b. Okay, we want to get is also start from the like 0 1 to 3. We want to get the 20, we want to get the 20, so we will pass here 1, so it will be on the 1 index. So let's refresh, we are getting here 20. Okay, in this way we can get the pull the data from the our array. Okay, so how we can get the how many element in the array exists? So there is another same key is a length. In the length we can use here length. Let's check length 4. So we have a 4 values in array. Okay, so this is showing length 4. So there are the some functions of array, very important function. There is a push function. So we will why we will use push function. So we will go here b dot push. If we want to get any push, we want to get some, no, we want to push some new value into the array, so we will use this push function. Okay, so let's refresh here. I'm just going to refresh. So now 50 is inserted in this array from the last. Okay, but if we want to enter this value from the beginning, okay, so how we can be enter this? So we will change this push function to unshift function. There is a unshift function as well, unshift. Okay, I'm just going to refresh as well. So now the 50 is inserted from the beginning. Okay. So now we have another function for the pull the value from the last and beginning. From the last we have a pop. Okay, then it will remove. So now the remove value is remove the third value is the 40 from the last. If we want to remove the value from the array from the beginning, so there is a method here as well, shift. So there is a shift. So now this is 10 is removed from the beginning. So now these are the some methods of the array manipulations. So we have a some we want to remove from the certain positions. If we want to remove from certain position, like I want to remove from 1 to 3. So I will pass here like that. I have a function here. One comma two. So now let's check. We are getting 10 and 40. 10 and 40. So by the splice we have removed 20 and 30. So by the position we can enter here the position from where, like from 1 on how many value we want to remove here. Like this is not the position, this is the length of the values, like 3. If I enter here the 3, then this will remove from here. Only the 10 is exist. Okay. So if I want to empty this array, so how I can empty this? Okay, I will assign here the blank array here as well. So the our array will be empty here. So refresh. Now empty array. Okay, if I just in the length 0. The another way is to blank our array. We can just assign the length value as 0. So b dot length equal to 0. then we will get the empty array. Same. Okay. So there is a, like we are using the, you are getting here, we are using some string function, we are using some we were using the same function in the string, and the same function we are using for the array as well, like the length here. So as the same function we will use here for the index of we are just here want to index of the of the some particular value, like b dot index of 20. Okay, I will remove this. So I am getting 1. So index of position of 20 in B array is 0 and 1. 1. So we are getting here 1. Okay. So same index of function we have used for the same purpose in the string, and we are using this index of purpose function for getting the index in the array as well. Okay. So if we want to check that the some value, if we want to get that some value is array or not, then there is a one more function here that like b dot is array. There is array, and it's a function of array class, array object. It's a function of array object. So and we will pass here b. Okay. Like by the array object, we will call here a function is array. So means we are checking the b is a array or not, we are getting this. So b is a array, so we will get here true. So we are getting true. If like let b equal to 10. Okay, so identify, we already declare okay, so there is a mistake, so I am just going to comment this because already declared. So now false, we are getting false because b is a number, not a array here. Okay, if I want to like I have a string here, let c equal to, this is tech mentor tutorials youtube channel. Okay, so I want to convert this string into the array by the basis of some substring. So how I will convert here? I will split like d. I will split this c. There is a split function, and I will enter some character here. So now on the basis of blank string, in this blank string, I want to space. I have entered some space. On the basis of this space, I want to convert this string to the array. So console.log d. Okay, so now this string will be converted into the array on the basis of this space. So let's check here. I'm just going to refresh. So I'm getting into the array this string. Okay, so we can enter anything here, like if I am entering here t, on the basis of t I want to do this. So let's refresh. So now we have a blank string. His so this is converting in the basis of the t. So we can convert from we can convert a string to array on the basis of any substring. Okay, so in the vice versa, if we want to convert some array to string, how we can convert this? Okay, so we can convert this as well. I want to uncomment this. So we have a function here like join function. Okay, so I will join like b dot join. I will join all the values of array on the basis of some string. So space, I am adding space. So here let's see. So now I will console.log c. So now our array value is converting into the string. Okay, if I just change this to dash. Now you will see clearly. So now 20 dash 10 dash 20 dash true dash 40. So in this way we can convert array to string as well. Okay. So how we can like we have a two array here. One is A and another is B. How we can like merge this array into a one array? How we can merge this? So there is a same function like we are adding two string in a one string by the concatenate method. So we have a concat method here as well. So we can do this by the A concat B. Simply we can concatenate one array into another array. Okay. So let's check. So now you can see this. We have all the four value here of A and the next three value into as well. So now these two array is merged into a one array into the C. Okay. So this concat method is used to concatenate two array into a one array. Okay. So how we can create a multi-dimensional array here? Okay. So I am just going to create. Let's see. Okay. So I can create a multi-dimensional array as well here. This is the multi-dimensional array 20, 40, 50. So this is the multi array into a array. These are the three. On the 0 position we have a array 10, 20. On the 1 position we have a array 30, 40. So this is the multi-dimensional array. Array inside a array is called multi-dimensional array. Okay, console this. I'm just going to console this. Console C, and let's check here. I'm just going to refresh. So I'm getting here array inside a array. Okay. If I want to get the value of this 40 means we have this array on the position of 1, and inside this 40 also on the position of 1 means 30 on the 0 and 40 on the 1. So how we will get this? Like 1 for the first array, inside the second array we will get here 1. So let's refresh here. So we are getting here 40. So in this way we can get the values as well. Okay. And how we can iterate? How we can iterate these arrays? Okay. And we can print these values. So there are the like two ways. Like there is a for loop here. Like let I equal to 0 and I less than c dot length and I plus plus. Console.log now array C. I'm just passing the I here. Okay. So in this way, like in the for loop, array length will be 1 0 1 2. So there are the three element in the array, means three in this array. There are the three more array in this, so length will be 3. So our iteration will be start from 0 to 3, less than 3, 0 to less than 3. And now as we will get here 0, so she 0 we will get this array 10 20. If C is 1, we will get 30 40. If C is 2, we will get 40 50. Okay. Let's so now you can see this. Okay, we are getting all the values, all the sub array into the array, into this multi-dimensional array we are getting. So now we can iterate in this way. Okay, there is a one more way to iterate this. Like I'm just going to remove this by the array like c dot for each. There is a for each function here. Okay, and in this function we will use a function in this way, and this function is called as anonymous function. We will discuss later anonymous function and its use, because there is no use of the no name of this function. That's why we are calling this anonymous function. Okay, in this way, and we will have here a value well console.log well. Okay, now let's refresh this. So we are getting the same. Okay, so which one is easy? So this is the easy. So not no, we are not calculating the length, we are not focusing over the for loop. We are just by the array, we are just calling these functions and we are getting the value in this function. Okay, so this is the very mostly we will use this type of pattern to iterate the our loop. Okay, so this is all about the array, and now we are moving to the functions. We have a some functions. We have two type of functions. JavaScript provides some predefined functions like in inbuilt functions, and we can also create a function in the JavaScript as well. These are the kind call as the user defined functions. Okay, so we have also covered that alert, prompt, confirm, confirm. These all are the predefined function, means JavaScript defined functions. Okay. Now we have already discussed these functions as well, and there are so many functions of JavaScript predefined functions. So now we will create a functions, like we can create a function here, function add. Okay, I'm just creating function to add some values, like we are passing some parameter here. Okay, and console dot log a, b, and a plus b. Okay, and now I will call here add, and I will pass some value here 4 and 5. Okay, by this I have created a function here, and in this function I'm calling here, I'm passing a4 and b5. So here a in the console I will get 4 5, and the addition of 4 5 I will get this. So now I'm just going to refresh here. So now we are getting 4 5, and the addition of 4 5 9. In this way we can get here. So this is the function. We can create a function, and function is generally we create some do the some specific work. Okay, so add function is generally used for the adding the numbers. It will not use to subtract the functions, multiply the function, multiply the values, subtract the values. It's only will use for the adding some numbers. Okay, so we will create a function for some specific purpose. So our specific purpose was here to add some values. Okay, so this is the function. Okay, so when we don't know, here we know that we are passing two parameters. Okay, we are passing two parameters. If we don't know, like how many parameter we will pass here. So in this case we have a one more object here to handle this. Like I'm just going to remove this, and I'm just going to, there is a argument. Okay, I've just put here. Let's, I'm just going to refresh. Like in the argument, this is the argument, we are getting the all the values 45096, and Kali and symbol, the symbol dot iterate, these are the extra, but we have passed here the 6, where pass is the 6 argument here. Okay, and this argument we are getting here in the argument. Okay, when we don't know how many how many argument we will pass in a function, then there is no need to handle like defining the abc. We will get simply in the argument, and we can iterate one by one. We can iterate this by the length of this. Okay, as we have already used the iteration for I equal to 0 colon I less than arguments dot length and I plus plus, then console dot log here arguments I. Okay, let's refresh. So we are getting here all the values. You see this. Okay, I'm just going to remove this console. So now you are not getting this Kali and symbol. So I'm just going to refresh. So we are getting all the values in this way. So we can get all the value in this way. So there is a argument object as well. Okay. So how we can return the value from a function? Here we are doing the console.log. Okay. So we simply can return the value that if we want to, like, I'm just passing the add function to value, not here. I will sum all this function, all this value here. So I'm just going to let sum equal to 0 and I will here sum equal to sum plus. I'm just adding this. So all value will be added in this and I will return here return sum and in I will store this return into some variable like x and now I will console here console.log x. Okay, now I'm just going to refresh here. So I'm getting the all the plus value 31. Okay, so now count of these all these values are 31 like 5 4 plus 5 9 0 9 9 18 18 and 7 25 and 6 31. So this is the addition we are getting here. So in this way we can return a value from a function as well. Okay, so there is the global variable and local variable. Okay, so like we have a let b equal to 10. Okay, so let b equal to 10 is a global variable. Okay, and let sum is equal to 0 is a local variable. If I want to console this sum, then I will get here undefined. Sum is not defined. Okay, I'm getting here sum is not defined because the scope of local variable will be inside the this function. Okay, we cannot access outside the function. Okay, so this is the difference between local and global variable. But like we are using here, like this global variable we are using in a file. So this local variable, this global variable will allocate a memory. Okay, allocate a memory, and this some variable is also located memory. But when the execution of this add will be finished, here the execution of add is finished, then it will release the memory. So we generally try to in the at the time of development we will try that we will have all the variable inside a we will create all the variable as a local variable. Okay, because it will release the memory and it will fast it will do the like we will not get the memory exhausted error. Okay, if our like we are defining in the global and it will take in the some memory. So when our memory our ram will be consumed, then we will get memory exhausted error. So in to avoid this we will like mostly declare this variable inside the local scope. So I will also tell you how we can like we can define this in through the local scope. Okay, firstly we will discuss the anonymous functions. What are the anonymous functions here? So like This is the function. Okay, I have created this function without name. So this is the anonymous function. So how we will call this? Like I have here console dot log hello hello world. Okay. So how we can call this? We will just assign this function into a one variable. Okay. This is okay. So now this value, this variable, we will just do here console. We have also console.log. So we will use this in this way. Okay. Let's refresh. So we are getting here console hello world in the console.log. Okay. So this is the anonymous functions like, and we have just assigned this function into a variable, and we have just called this variable as a function. So this is the anonymous function where we will use, like we will mostly use set timeout in our programming. Set timeout like here. So we use a function here. This anonymous function we mostly use like 1 millisecond here console.log hello. Okay, so this function into the set timeout is the anonymous function. Okay, hello. Okay, so what is the benefit of this anonymous function? Because if we have a function like function ABC, okay, so this function have a name ABC. It means it will allocate some memory. But if a function don't have a name, so it will not allocate a memory. It will execute at the time of execution only. So this is used for the performance basis. So this is the benefit of the anonymous functions. So there is a one more like concept is the immediate invoked function. Immediate invoked function, like we have an anonymous function here. This is the anonymous function. Okay, and we want to like if this is a file hello.js and I just execute this file, so I want to execute this function at the same time. Okay, at the time of loading, so we can convert this function to immediately invoke function. So this is the syntax of immediately invoke function with the help of anonymous functions. So I'm just going here. So I'm just going here. I'm just refreshing here. So I'm getting hello. Hello. So this is the immediate invoke function. Hello world. Hello world. I'm just going to refresh here. Refresh. So now I will clear your concept here. Like I have a variable here. Let x is equal to 10. And we have a let y equal to 20. Okay. This is the variable. So now I'm just going to console.log x and going console.log y. Okay, now I will refresh here. I'm just going console.log is not a function in the line number 3. What is the line number 3 where console.log is not a function? Why I'm getting this console.log? 10 is not a function at the line number 3. Okay. Now I will tell you why we are getting this issue. Okay. Like this. Okay. So now we are getting issue because we have used a immediately invoke function here. So in this function we have a variable y. So this function is now not a global function. because we are using this function inside the immediate invoke function. So this is a local function, and this will release a memory after the execution of this function. So all the code we will have this in this function in the hello.js file. Okay, and this code will be released the memory. Okay, if we use the variable without this function, let x is equal to 10. Okay, then this is a global variable. Okay, but in the immediate import function, this variable will be the local variable, and this will release the memory. Okay, and this is a global variable, so this will hold the memory all time. So this will consume the memory of our RAM. So this is not the good practice. Okay, so good practice is we will have in the immediate invoke function our code, and if there is a like another condition, if we have another files like this is a hello.js and we have a world.js, we have a same value, we have a same value here, let x is equal to 10, and in the hello.js and in the like in the index.js, I'm just going to creating one more here file index.js, and I'm creating here x equal to 10. Okay. These are the two files. It's also having the x is equal to 10, and this file also have the x is equal to 10. If I import these two file here, okay, like I'm just going to importing here index. Now I am refreshing this, so I am getting a error. Identify x is already declared. Okay, but if I am just going to create one immediate invoke function, then in this case I'm not getting this issue. So this is also if we are using the immediate input function, then we are also resolving the conflict. Means this was giving us this variable is also declared, but this is declared in the another file, and this is declared in the this file. Okay, so there should be no declare, no conflict na. But we are getting in the let case, we are getting the conflict. In this case the invoke the immediate invoke function is very useful in this case, like it's resolve the conflict, it's just optimize our code, like is the our variable will not consume the memory, it will release at the time of execution of our immediate invoke function. So this is all about today lecture, and we will have a lecture in the hopefully in the next Saturday. Okay, so I'm just going to stop my recording. If you didn't like subscribe my channel, please subscribe my channel, like the videos for the getting more videos. If you have